What's going on, guys? Great Disciple back with another gameplay. In the background, we're going to be watching a nuclear with my new favorite weapon in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, the ManOWar. I don't care if I'm playing in the hardcore mode or the core mode. The ManOWar is my go-to weapon, or who I like to call Manny. Let me tell you about my favorite setup on the ManOWar, okay? Now, there's two ways to go with it, but my primary route is always the ELO sight, because it gives me the best field of vision. I do not like the iron sights on this gun. Some people really do like it and they're good with it. I don't. I find it too obtrusive. The reflex sight is okay. The BO3 helps at long distance maps like Hunted and Infection, but overall I'm gonna go with the ELO sights. I'm gonna run Fast Max. Fast Max because I rush. Now if I'm playing in the core mode, I'm gonna put on high caliber, but primarily I use it in hardcore, and Fast Mags is the way to go for me. You don't need it necessarily if you're not aggressive. You could go with quick draw. And then my last one is stock. I just need that extra little ability to sidestep, okay? Remember with stock, once you start firing your weapon, stock loses all of its effect. So it's really good if you're strafing behind a head glitch or something like that, okay? As for perks, you know, I usually run Dead Silence and Awareness. Sometimes I'll just go Dead Silence. In my second tier, I always run Fast Hands and Scavenger. I really need Fast Hands because I'm rushing with an AR. You don't necessarily need Fast Hands with an SMG because the ADS is already pretty quick as it is, but with an AR, like if I'm running with the HVK, the ICR, the KN44, the ManOWar, I'm always running Fast Hands. I rarely ever run Ghost when I'm running an assault rifle. I just find it unnecessary because I'm usually at range for the most part and it's harder for them to kill me. And then if I do have room, I'll put on a Simtex. Streaks in this one, pretty standard, the Wraith, Hater, and the Raps, and they go in. And this was a great gameplay. I'm playing with another YouTuber in here, Trombone Loki. I think he's been in some of my videos in the past. I will say this, at the very end of the game, I'm looking for the enemy. He calls in a Hater. I find the enemy and I get my nuke. Without that Hater, I don't think I would have pulled it out. But it is a great streak, and I encourage all of you, if you've avoided the ManOWar or you haven't really played with it in a while, go back to it, try my setup. I love the ManOWar. It is my go-to weapon now on pretty much every single map, especially Nuketown. You guys, if you play hardcore mode and you play Nuketown, the ManOWar is probably the best gun to use on Nuketown right now. You can argue with me about the Weevil, the Razorback, the KN44, and the Dingo, but I'm telling you, overall, when you get accustomed to using the ManOWar, it'll dominate, okay? Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Now, if I'm going to play with it on Nuketown, I'm going to go primary gunfighter, and I'm probably going to slap on extended mags or rapid fire with my original setup, just so you know. Alright, had a question back on the XR2 gameplay where I spoke about the transgender bathroom issue. It wasn't about that. It was about who am I voting for in the upcoming election. And this is not going to be a political issue, okay? I don't want you to think that. I don't want to turn anybody off. Personally, I hate all of the candidates on both sides. Clinton lies. Bernie Sanders is too old. I don't like him. Trump, I don't believe anything that he says, and Cruz is just ugly. Right? So how am I going to choose? None of them are Christians. None of them are looking out for anybody. All of them are wealthy. Trump's probably the most attractive because he's anti-establishment, meaning that he's never been in the government before, so you don't have to worry about that whole cronyism and the lobbyist, you know, and he's paid for pretty much his entire election or his campaign so far out of his own pocket. So there's none of this lobbyist really swaying him, which is an interesting thing, right? But for me, I'm a little different than a lot of you guys because my career, my profession is based upon how these elections go. I'm in the health insurance industry. My vote is against the Democratic Party because both Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are running on what's called a single payer system. What that means is they want complete and utter control of the insurance industry by the federal government, and they want to eliminate all private insurers. That's called single payer. Now, if they do that, if they're successful in this, it'll completely eliminate my job and I'm going to have to go into another industry. Now, arguably, I could go into Medicare or life insurance or ancillary products, and I'm not going to bore you with that. So my vote is against the Democratic Party and for the Republican Party because both Cruz and Trump have talked about the repealing of Obamacare. So there it is. Hope that helps. As always, you guys, hit that thumbs up button if you got something out of the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know about who you're voting for. Try out this ManOWar, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.